Are these all? Oh, these are all 70. You had a lot. That was your kind of your wheelhouse right now.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this, guys. Not one Hank Aaron.
Oh, I didn't realize I had it in there.
2 Hank Aaron's. 3 Hank Aaron's. 4 Hank Aaron's.
Holy cow.
5 Hank Aaron's. I think we're going to have to maybe unveil these not all at once, or the market might come down.
The commenting collector has discovered his dream collection, and it's coming up
Right now! Oh, it's a beautiful day, and I'm excited. Well, first of all, props to the beautiful Mrs. CC as she's controlling the video camera, i.e. phone, and we're taking a little road trip to meet up with my long lost lifetime friend Bruce. And I say long lost lifetime because Bruce and I met 40 years ago at my first job at the grocery store. So we both worked together at the grocery store, and we kind of lost contact for a while, but reconnected about 6 months ago. And we were just talking about our lives, and I was telling Bruce that I have this YouTube channel that everyone's watching right now, and that it's in the hobby sports card community. And I asked Bruce if he still had his sports card, baseball card collection. So I remember about 20 years ago being over at Bruce's house, and he showed myself and a friend who unfortunately passed a few years ago, Scott. So this is kind of in memory. This kind of, maybe I could even dedicate this to Scott. But anyway, so Bruce discovered my passion still for sports cards, and we left it at that. And Bruce texted me, I don't know, about a month ago, and said if I was interested, he may be interested in selling his cards to me, which, wow, what an honor that would be. So I told him we would stop by and take a look and see what he has, kind of evaluate them, what he has, what the condition is. Maybe I can even take him home and kind of give him an appraisal and do comparisons, look at eBay sold items and see what the comps are, and then basically do an inventory of Bruce's collection, and then give him a number and see, because I want it to be fair. I mentioned to Bruce that if he were to go to a dealer, the dealer is going to flip or resell the cards, so the dealer is probably only going to give him maybe 40 to 60% of the value, because the dealer of course needs a little meat on the bone to make a profit. Or if he were to sell them on eBay or go to an auction, he'd have to pay fees or other type, his time is valuable, his time's a commodity. So I offered to take a look, because as a collector, I wouldn't be reselling Bruce's cards, so they'd be going to a good home, and I'm thinking I could offer Bruce 70 to 90% of the sold value, depending on what the cards are and obviously the condition, because I definitely want to make it fair for both of us, especially Bruce being a friend. We're going to remain friends, so I don't want any remorse. So yeah, so this is going to be great. Looking forward to that. And this will be my first collection I've really ever considered buying or taking a look at. So I've had some experience from everyone out there. They're all your guys' videos as you show kind of the process of when you guys have been buying cards. Of course, Chasing Cardboard with Ty. That's been a great, Ty Wilson and Mike Moynihan. That's been a great resource. So I'll try to use some of the tools and information that I've gleaned from those guys. So yeah, we're gonna get there pretty soon, and we'll pick it up when we arrive. So I was told to come downstairs. Oh, hey, Bruce.
Hey, Rob.
Good to see you.
Good to see you again.
Yeah. Thanks for having us, Mrs. We call her Mrs. CC, Mrs. Commenting Collector. She's on the video duty. But yeah, I appreciate you having me over, and
Of course.
think it was been a while since I've seen your collection.
Mm-hmm.
How long? About 20 years, you say?
Yeah, since we've seen you. The collection goes back to, I started in the late 60s collecting baseball cards, 10 cents a pack at the local store. And that came with a piece of gum, of course.
Of course.
Yep.
68, 69?
Yep, 68 to about 74 is when I was a collector. And just, I'm not one of those stories where mom threw everything away. I always saved them and still have them today.
Okay, so you're buying packs at the local
Convenience
store
Yeah.
from 68 to like 74.
Correct.
And that's what your collection is?
Yes.
So you've really never gone to card shows or bought anything? Just This is all organically your collection?
Correct.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what's cool is Bruce is a few years older than me, I have to say, even though he looks younger than I do probably. But my collection started in probably 77, 78, up through 85. So this would fill in the gap perfectly for me. I mean, we'd have a little from maybe 75, 76, 77, but that's okay. So anyway, one thing I noticed, I couldn't remember how many cards Bruce had, because I know when some people are selling their collection, they'll have like bins and bins and bins, storage areas, garages full of cards. So this is very manageable, we'll say.
Yeah, I have no idea how many cards it is, but yeah, what I collected when I was a kid.
And I brought penny sleeves and top loaders, just in case they were kind of just in raw. But look at Bruce has them all already
organized by year, by the tops numbers from the lowest number to the highest number. So it's very organized for Rob to look at.
Yeah, for sure. And then you were saying that when did you start organizing like this? You didn't always organize it like this.
No, that was probably about 25 years ago when I had some friends that heard there was value to baseball cards, and I thought, I can organize it and put sleeves on them. And that was about 25 years ago, and I haven't really looked at them or touched them since.
And it looks like you cataloged them also.
I've cataloged everything, how many cards I have, the years, the tops cards, yeah.
This is going to make it so much easier, because what I'm going to do, if it's okay with Bruce, I'll take this home with me, take the cards, and what I'll do is, I think the best way to kind of assess the value is not what people are asking for them, you know, what they're asking prices, but what items have recently sold for. Because then that kind of defines the market. And then we'll take a look in a second and kind of see what kind of condition it is. So do you remember, Bruce, when you first bought them out and brought them home, you probably just had them like in shoe boxes? And
I've always been a very organized person, even when I was a little boy. So I've always had them at least together and stacked right. Other than maybe a few that got put into the bicycle spokes.
Oh, you did that? That made the motor noise or whatever?
We all did that, yes. And I have no idea what cards there were.
Wow.
When I was a young boy, Oakland was the team that I rooted for, but then of course the Oakland A's were winning championships back then.
Now why was that? We're here in Minnesota, so why Oakland?
Just because they were winning.
Oh,
You know,
okay,
as-
yeah, right.
As a kid, that's what you follow.
So was it like 70? Was it 72, 73, and 74? I think they won the
early
World
70s,
Series.
but I
Yeah,
couldn't tell you what year it was.
yeah, and of course their big player. Who was your favorite player?
Well, didn't they have Raleigh Fingers? Wasn't it?
Raleigh
Yeah,
Fingers,
yeah.
Reggie Jackson.
And I have one of those cards here. I know that.
Okay, and I see are these kind of, you put them in like these one touches or these?
Yeah, there's hockey and
Those
baseball
are-
cards there, and the cards that at the time when I was doing this 25 years
Yeah.
ago that I thought would have some value to them, like the Nolan Ryan cards. You got Reggie Jackson cards in there, and I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank here. Johnny Bench, but there's
Wow, I'm seeing this for the first time,
yeah,
folks.
here we go. Willie Mays.
Okay.
That's always fun to have. So
Yeah, and another thing I mentioned to Tara on the way over here, you know, when I found out that you still had your collection and that then you said you may be interested in selling it, one of the things we talked about is like, what are the options or how can you sell them? I mean, obviously you could bring them to your local card shop, but the only downfall with that is they're a business that's going to buy your cards and then sell them again. So they're going to want a little, you know, margin. So I think the standard rate for that type of transaction, they'll give you 40 to 60% of what their value is. Of course, you could do auctions or eBay, but then you've got the fees and all the other charges that go along with this, plus your time, because you got to list them and whatever. But it sounds like you've really done a great job organizing, so that probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. But
it's not like I'm sitting on a Honus Wagner card, Wagner. So, you know, because Rob and I have known each other for so long, I have this collection that I'm not doing anything with. I want to move it. Rob and I were recently at a concert together with our wives and found out that Rob was doing this. And so it's really a win-win. Rob will be able to get a nice collection into his collection, and you know, I get a few bucks out of it. So and it goes to a good home. That's really what I want.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of fun just actually for me just to go through the cards too and see what Bruce has. And then you obviously, growing up, you were just a big baseball fan. Is that kind of what, you know, kind of motivated you to do this, or?
That's a good question. I don't really think I was a huge baseball fan, but I was just a collector. Was what kids did then.
Yeah. And then you have.
And I played Little League and all that when I was
Okay. Yeah, and then you said you had some football and hockey cards.
Some football
also?
and hockey cards. Yeah, not nearly as many, but yes.
Yeah. So, are there any cards in here, or maybe are you thinking that I don't know, they may mean something to you that you might just want to keep for yourself? I mean, that's fine too. You know, if there are some special cards, we can definitely set those off to the side.
Yeah. No, not really.
All right.
It was fun that when I did it, I really enjoyed it as a boy. But yeah, I have no sentimental attachment to it other than the fact that I just took really good care of them and was waiting for you to come along. Okay, so I guess the next step would just maybe take a look at, see what you have. Yeah. Well, let's save the good stuff for the end. Maybe we take a glimpse. There's some really nice cards there. Wow. So I have these, which I'm sure Rob has seen before, but these were the 3D cards that came in, I think, the Kellogg cereal boxes. That's right. And I remember pulling these out when I was a boy. I'm sure my siblings couldn't care less about them, so I ended up with them. But actually, I haven't looked at these so long, I don't even know what cards are in here. But really fun. Just to give an example, Bruce, this would be considered, if you got this graded, it'd be authentic because it's got just a crease in it. So, and there's writing on it. So we call this like a trashy card, but it means a lot. Yeah. You know, sentimentally, it's seen a lot of love. Let's put it that way. Bobby Mercer. Okay. Yeah. So, but these are in good condition, and what's nice is you put these in these sleeves because they tend to curl up if you don't have them in sleeves. Sure. So yeah, there are a lot of Pirates and Cesar Tovar, Padres, Tony Oliva, local hero. Yeah, so yeah, these are cool. I like these. These are kind
kind of a non-traditional. Some people call them oddball, but I don't call them oddball
Yeah.
because I think they're just good in their unique ways. But yeah, I always like the non-food, or the food cards, I should say.
Yeah.
So what else you got in there?
What do you want to see? Yeah, just like I said, everything's by year. They're all Topps cards.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what
Did you pick out like the stars, or are they mixed in here? Or?
No, everything is in order by the Topps numbers. They're all
okay,
categorized.
okay,
I mean, it can't get any easier than that.
So you might have some stars in here mixed in.
So they're all in here for a reason where they said so.
Okay, so this is your oldest, 367. And where did you get this then?
My oldest brother's friend had some cards that he was getting rid of, so I got those. So that's probably where that one came from.
Yeah.
I certainly wasn't collecting in the early
Seems
60s.
like somehow we all end up with cards
Yeah.
that we don't even remember how we got. Like we got, from a friend or uncle or a teacher. I remember I had a school teacher, a classroom teacher that gave me some cards, which was really cool. So, oh, there's a Hall of Famer. Harmon. Just mark this spot a little here. Don't want to mess up your. Hope I got two of them. So this is what they look for. Looks like it's a little off center, right to left, but the corners are pretty good. Color is good. And yeah, I mean this might. I mean I'm no grading expert here, but you could get maybe a 4 or 5, maybe, which is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if it was perfectly centered, sharp corners, color, you might get. And there's no marks on here, which is nice.
No gum residue.
No gum residue. Exactly.
I'm sure some have them.
Yeah. So then you'd be looking at like a 7 or 8, but yeah, definitely a desirable card. That's for sure. So yeah, so we know just by this that there's some great cards in here, not just in his plastic holders. Yeah, well, I'm gonna have. Then he's got commons, Duke Sims. So whatever, and you can tell this is. See, they didn't have the greatest quality controls back the factory, left to right. So this would probably be. If you got this graded, it'd probably be. They'd say a notation on there like off center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a couple Reggie Jackson cards I have are off center, but it's still cool to have them.
Exactly. Yeah, when you get in vintage in the 60s and 70s, yeah, just to have the card is great. So then he's got 69. I'm just randomly pulling Dick Raditz, Tigers would be a common. But you can see, I mean, these are not trashy. I mean, there's no creases in these. Bruce took great care of his cards. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you said you've had these in these sleeves like for 20 years now?
Probably 25 years of it.
25 years, yeah. I'm just taking random samples. Okay, 1970. Yep, I mean, this was off. But you buy these out of the pack, that's what they were off center. So that was out of your control. So yeah, I think, yeah, you treated these things well, Bruce. That's great.
As you heard, Bruce made the great decision to penny sleeve all his cards 25 years ago. But doing the math, that means that these cards were unprotected for 30 years. But thanks to Bruce's meticulous organization and care for his cards, they remain in awesome shape. Now back to the show.
And are these all? Oh, these are all 7. You had a lot. That was your kind of your wheelhouse right now.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this, guys. Not one Hank Aaron.
Oh, I didn't really have the room.
2 Hank Aaron's. 3 Hank Aaron's. 4 Hank Aaron's.
Holy cow.
5 Hank Aaron's. I think we're going to have to maybe unveil these not all at once, or the market might come down on them. Jeez.
I didn't realize I had that many.
Yeah, and then, I mean, we're talking, these are, I don't know, depending on the grade, these could be I can't even give a number, but these could be big buck cards. That's pretty centered, pretty good, pretty sharp. Not being in a top loader, I feel like I'm going to be handling this. I know it's in a plastic sleeve, but still. Wow. Woo!
It surprised me. I didn't realize they had that many.
Yeah. Well, it seems like when I was a kid, I get doubled on just like the non-stars. He gets double. He gets 6 of one of the best players to ever play the game.
Yep.
Wow. Wow. There's a open A. Jim, what's his nickname? Jim Hunter?
Catfish.
Catfish Hunter.
Yeah.
It's like you got this like in a top of a different sleeve there.
I'm not sure why I did that.
Yeah. Maybe you like the A's.
Maybe I had some cards that were just, we got Al
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a collection, Bruce. Now, how much of the 1970 set? I see you cataloged them. Like, do you think you have pretty close to the complete sets, or?
Well, the numbers will tell you there because,
Yeah.
like I said, I got it all
Yeah.
organized. And then the numbers on the right of the names tells you how many of those cards that I have of each.
Now I pull this one out because we moved it to 71.
Okay. I'm not sure why I have some of these, but
You got a bird fly out of it.
oh, okay.
And this would be Bert's rookie year.
1-1 there. Well, the book would tell you.
Yeah, number. Yeah, I even hate pulling these out.
Yeah.
Number 26, 1971. Thanks.
That took some time to organize all this.
Number 26.
There's one.
There might be a couple.
What's the note? There's no
This is one of
Yeah,
us.
so just one, yep.
Yeah. But Bruce, and you may know this, the 71s feature this black border.
Yeah.
And because of that, condition is very difficult to get in, really good because that black border gets scuffed up and everything.
Yeah.
As you can see, I mean, there's like a little tiny, by my thumb there's a little mark there. And that's very typical. But yeah, it's really outstanding condition. Again, maybe like a 4 or 5. That really determines the value. Got a Cubs player. Yeah, your cards, Bruce, seem very consistent in condition.
Mm-hmm.
It's just out of your control whether or not they're miscut or whatnot.
Yep.
Now we go to these are different cards.
These are, I don't remember
Are
if
they
my
the Jekyll?
I don't remember if my son collected these or got them from friends or whatever, but let me pull them out. I'm not even sure what these are, but I have some more.
Yeah, he's got them in there pretty tight.
I do. Hold on, let me get these empties out of here.
Oh, they're empties.
Yeah.
Like space.
Here we go.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't remember what these were.
Oh, they're newer, modern cards. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he's got an old school rubber band. But yeah, these are probably what people refer to as the junk wax era. So yeah, they're probably not much value in here, but it's just cool to have them. And that your son actually did get into collecting a little bit.
I don't remember where they came from.
Yeah.
And then where this one came from, I'm not sure, or what years these were.
I'm not really that familiar with modern, but they are definitely.
But I didn't go out seeking these newer cards. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how they fell into my lap. But,
Yeah.
And to note that my son has no interest in baseball cards.
Yeah. Well, he may, if he sees this video, go, Dad.
No, I sure you won't.
Yeah. No, that's good.
He's into cars.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a car guy.
Well, I like cars too, but yeah. Oh, look at this one.
What do you got?
Oops, it's miscut. Half the Pirates thing is gone. You can even see the second card of an Expo is coming up.
Oh yeah, that's a horrible.
This is Jim Grant. He played on the Twins. His nickname was Mudcat
Yeah.
from the 60s. You remember him, right, Bruce? Jim Mudcat?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a good example of what it looked like when it wasn't miscut.
Oh, well, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah. So did your friends when you were growing up collect cards too?
Yeah, and we never did swapping with each other.
I was going to say you had definitely fueled a swap with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken Harrelson, he was a announcer for the White Sox. Hawk Harrelson. Oh, Joe. Oh, this is like all the announcers. No, I thought that was Joe Garagiola. It's not Joe. It's not Joe Garagiola.
There definitely are cards in here of players that became coaches in their later years.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. There's a
team.
nice Twins.
Yeah, Twins teams, a bunch of them.
Yeah. We're just going through the years right now, so.
Over here.
Yeah.
Make it easier for you.
Yeah, the big thing. I mean, the common players will probably be pretty easy to kind of appraise. It's like your Hank Aaron's. I'm gonna have to, see what those are going for 5, 6s, or 7, whatever grade, because those are big bucks. So, and like Bruce said, we've known each other for a long time, so we want to make this fair for both of us. We don't want any remorse or anything like that. So yeah, so I think we're gonna go to 72s, which I love. It's so psychedelic.
Mm-hmm.
Jose Cardinal with the Brewers. Got the old classic M. Now they of course have the baseball glove and ball logo, but Ron Gardner, the Yankees. Yeah, these are, look at that. I mean, that's in superb shape. Those corners, it's almost like pack fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be like a 9. I mean, every time you get like vintage cards, if you can get them like in an 8 or 9, or you could have a common player like this, Bruce, and if it's a 10, I'm not saying that's a 10, but if it was, all of a sudden the value would actually be more than like a Hall of Famer 2 or something, because it's just set collectors. Some of them are looking for all like 9s or 10s, and so they would pay big money to get like a common, like a Rob Gardner, like in a 10. Again, a 10 is very difficult, but yeah, that's
a collector that would want a complete set and then have the best quality of each card.
exactly. I mean, it looks like maybe it's off center, top to bottom, but yeah, wow. So if that's any indication, the newer, quote unquote, newer cards Bruce has, looks like they're even in better conditions. So yeah.
I was older and more responsible.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I was 10 then.
He was a wily veteran, double digits, 10. Other Brew Crew. Got a channel called Criterium Racer is his channel name. His name's Lee, and he's a big Brewers collector. He likes the Brewers announcer. I'm blanking on his name. The guy from Major League. A little bit else. Bob Uecker. Yeah, he's a big Uecker collector. Tom Bergmeyer, he played for the Twins for a while, in the Royals. I'm sure you got stars in here. I'm just randomly picking out. I've been getting lucky before.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you go to the carnival and you pick out the duck, and it's like the little ducks, and they got a little mark on them. Chris Spire. I always like that rookie cup trophy. It was always pretty good looking. We'll do one more stab to see if we get anyone of consequence. Oh, Eddie Watt, my friend from his channel name is Clean Cheap Shots. His name is Drew. He actually did a live interview with Eddie Watt in the Nebraska area. He must live. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, Eddie Watt. Shout out to Drew. Yeah. Oh, these are always cool, Bruce. The NL pitching leaders.
Yep.
Because then you get Hall of Famer Fergie Jenkins, you get Hall of Famer Steve Carlton, Al Downing, who is not a Hall of Famer, and of course Tom Seaver. Wow. So you get kind of 4 great players. And look at the condition. Sharp corners. Wow, fabulous. Woo. Okay, so 73. So we got 2 more years. I always like that they always have like the shadow of the position. Ted Sizemore, second base. Wasn't there an actor named Ted Sizemore?
The name rings a bell, but I couldn't tell you why.
Yeah, I thought there was an actor.
Oh, another Harmon.
You know,
Look at this.
you pulled them out twice.
Yeah, he's a Minnesota, icon, Hall of Famer. And Bruce just has him with next to Bernie Carbo. It doesn't give him any special love. But that's good. That just means that he probably hasn't been handled as much. Because if you really loved him, you'd probably have them tacked on your bulletin board or something. Yeah, kind of make them look
That is a mistake.
rough shape. Yeah, that's sweet. A little nip up there, but yeah, it's great. That's fun. Good old Harmon. He had the best autograph signature. He took pride in his autograph. Unlike a lot of the modern players that just scribble. Earl Williams, never heard of him. I suppose I could look at his catalog and target. Oh, see, sometimes you'll get like the great players of the rookie cards. Oh, Bob Boone. Yeah. Dwight Evans. Shout out to my friend Hugo, Signs of the Pastime. And Picker Jim S. Yeah, they're big Red Sox fans. Yeah, this is like the gold here. You got the rookies. He's got two of the Dewey Evans. That's awesome. And again, you got the little more rigid. Yeah, great. We go to 74. This is actually, I do have some 74s in my collection when I was a kid. Kind of like this type. Yeah, good shape. Yeah, sharp corners. These are always fun, these team photo, or team cards with all the autographs.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Mets. I got all these people I can reference to. Mookie Chilson is his channel name, the Mets fan. We got lots of Cubs fans in our community. Vintage Card Steve. He's a Cubs fan. Vince, he's a guy, he's got a channel, he's a school teacher, and he's actually, during the summer, he's a beer vendor at Wrigley. So that's pretty cool. Have you ever been to Wrigley Field, Bruce?
I have not.
If you're ever in Chicago and you want to see like a throwback to the baseball of yesteryears, the Wrigley Field, they've updated it, renovations, but still kind of fun. I just love the fact that a person could hit the ball literally out of the park, a home run. It's kind of fun.
I haven't made it to that many opposing teams' stadiums, but the old Milwaukee Brewers Stadium, which was similar to the Mets.
Exactly.
And then one time out in California, we were out in the old Candlestick Park.
You were?
And went to a game out there, and that was, it was really a lot of fun. It was in August, I believe, and we were wearing sweatshirts and coats. It was so cold, because it was cold and damp because you're right on the ocean.
It was windy too, wasn't it?
But it was really a lot of fun just to experience a different stadium.
What years do you think that was?
I would say probably the late 80s.
Okay. So, probably Kevin Mitchell, Will Clark may have been on that team.
Yeah. I would remember. And I remember they were playing Pittsburgh, so.
Yeah. Okay. So this is just his box here. Now we can move on to the good stuff. Well, I can't even say good stuff because this is all good. I mean, what would you call this? Like the 5-star?
Yeah, these were cards at the time, hockey and baseball, that 25 years ago, that I thought would have maybe more value to them. So I put them in these hard cases, which I have since learned not always a good idea to do because the cards can't stick to them. But they've been well preserved for 20 years.
They're definitely protected, that's for sure. But did it squish it? Hopefully not. But
Let's take a quick break. Although Bruce had good intentions, screw-downs, especially non-recessed ones, can actually do more harm than good. In part 2, see how these cards fared. Now, on with the show.
think everyone knows who this person is.
Mm-hmm. That's a classic card.
Yeah, this is,
His career numbers are incredible.
yeah.
Just amazing that some of those numbers will never be topped.
Yeah, this is 1970. I believe I don't have any old Nolan Ryans. I think my oldest is like a 78. So this I believe this is his second year, Bruce. So
Okay.
oh, kind of like a lot when I collected. It was in the early
Cal.
80s. Cal Ripken.
This card I got, I remember, we were on vacation long time ago, and some vendor was selling it,
Okay.
and I ended up buying it. I couldn't tell you what I paid for it, nothing crazy, but
Yeah.
I thought it was a good card to have at the time.
It is a good card. The Iron Man. One of my favorites growing up, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the Metrodome when he had his 3000 kit.
Yeah.
So it was pretty neat. This is his rookie card. No, 82 is his rookie. This is 83. Yeah. So Cal is good. Hockey, Bobby Clark,
Yeah, there's some fun hockey cards in there.
Broad Street Bullies.
Even if you're not a hockey fan, you're going to know these names.
Exactly. Here's Bobby Orr, arguably on the Mount Rushmore of the greatest ever.
Yeah.
Probably have Gretzky.
Well, that'd be hard to come up with.
Yeah, Gordie Howe, Bobby Orr, and then the fourth person, I would say maybe Mario Lemieux, but then a lot of people could say different players. But definitely Bobby Orr is usually consensus. Some people say he's the greatest because he played defense too. I mean, he was prolific defender, goal scorer. He did it all. Shout out to Picker Jim.
I believe there's a stat with Wayne Gretzky that if you took away all his goals, just his assists, he would still be the leader of points ever in the NHL. I think that's correct, but I could be wrong.
I mean, that's in the stratosphere of like Babe Ruth when he hit like 50 or 60 home runs. Like he was hitting more home runs than teams were, because there would be like league leaders before Ruth that were hitting like 8 or 9, because it was just a different 8 or 9 home runs.
I had the pleasure of seeing Wayne Gretzky play a lot in the latter years of the North Stars, and when they went to the Stanley Cup and all that.
Okay.
And when Gretzky would come to the Med Center, the North Stars would put 1 or 2 players on him, and their only job the whole game was to make sure he didn't score. They wouldn't do anything else, and yet he would still get 4 or 5 points a game. That's how good he was. It was incredible.
He was so amazing.
Yeah, the reach he had, the long stride, and the reach he had with the stick was just.
He was not a big guy.
No, it was amazing to watch him go down the ice. It was just incredible.
Yeah, he was definitely. I mean, yeah, he's no question. Well, people say like Gordie Howe, but yeah, in my book, it's Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
I saw him once. It was sold out Met Center, but we got standing room. And like you said, it didn't seem like he did much, but then at the end he had like 3 assists. It's like crazy. So yeah, I love Gretzky. Do you have any Gretzky's?
No.
Oh,
The last North Star game I went to was the year before they left the city. They lost Game 6 in the Stanley Cup to the Pittsburgh Penguins, and Mario Lemieux.
You were at that?
I believe it was 6-0.
You were at that game?
Yeah, were you
I
too?
was there too.
Okay, yeah.
Because we get to see Lord Stanley
Yep.
go around. Because a lot of people left. I'm like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Did you stay around to the end?
Oh yeah, win or lose. I mean, you get to see one of the greatest hockey players, Mario Lemieux, hoist the Stanley Cup for the first time, and that's just those are things you don't ever want to walk away from.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was fun. Yeah, look at this. Another Bobby Orr. Crazy. And that's, look at it. I mean, that's like, yeah, looks like it'd be great condition. So, yeah. Tony Esposito, Phil's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, goalie. Ken Dryden.
That's a cool card.
Bobby Orr. Oh, another shout out. Rip from Rip 'em All. He's up in Canada. He's a big Bruins fan. There he is. We just lost Willie.
That's got pin marks on the top, I think, top and bottom. But
Oh, yeah, let's see.
is that correct?
Did you see him on there? Or maybe you have another one.
It could be another one. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure I have one of those that.
We have a collector in the community named Mookie Chilson, and he that's one of his little gimmick, or one of his features is the pinhole cards. Because even pinhole cards need love, I guess.
Yeah.
Bobby Clark again, captain, Phillies. I remember when the Flyers had like the longest unbeaten streak in, I think it was professional sports history, with the Flyers. It was like 27 games. And they came to the Mets Center, and the North Stars beat them like 7-2 or something, and that ended their streak. I wasn't at the game, but that was a big deal. But of course, they ended up going on winning the Stanley Cup that year. So that was some good teams he was on. The Flower, great player. I love these 73. See, it's weird with hockey because of the new year. So this is like his stats from 71, 72. And so I think this would be a 73, 74 card. I kind of like the wood grain, or that color. I like that. Johnny Bench. Wow. This is his 1970. What is it? I think it's third year card. Again, I don't know a lot about these because I don't have a lot of vintage cards. I mean, I know about them, what I've seen, but to actually hold these cards, pretty cool. Yeah, we got a bunch of another Rob's cash card. See, in the community, you meet these people from different states. So he's out of Ohio, and he's a big Reds fan. Then we have Dave, the Peacemaker. He's a Johnny Bench Reds fan, so I'm sure he's got this card. But wow, pretty cool. Jim Palmer. I'll ask Mrs. CC. You know what he was famous for modeling? Kind of in his
Underwear, wasn't it?
Yeah, jockey. He's kind of a sex symbol. Yeah. Yeah, so this is 69. I think this may be, I don't know. It says that he played with Miami in 67. That was obviously minor league, because that was before the Miami Marlins. Then he played with Miami in 68, Rochester in 68, and Elmira in 68. So this is a 69, but it did say he got called up in Baltimore in 63, 64. So I don't know if he had a card before this or not, but yeah, definitely nice. Another Nolan. Now we're getting into another stratosphere of quality here. 1970 Nolan Ryan. Bruce, these are more incredible than I remember.
There's the one that's off center cut.
Yeah.
Still a neat card to have.
Sure is. Yeah, this would probably be, well, it'd probably be off center, but maybe you could get a 1 or a 2. But yeah, it's Reggie. I think people are gonna laugh at me because I don't have the current up-to-date knowledge, but I think this is Reggie's rookie card too, which is neat because rookie cards, it's their first year. Those are definitely really the most desirable and valuable because it's their first year. Now in modern cards, it's kind of weird because there's just so many different quote-unquote rookie cards of the same player that it kind of loses a little bit of its luster. But back then, when you only had one company, Topps, you had the one rookie card. Tom Seaver, 69. I'm driving Mrs. CC nuts because I can't move in it. But she's doing a great job. I'm sorry, I'm slow rolling this. I just probably go quicker, but yeah, those are Raleigh Fingers you're talking about, Bruce. Yeah, I always liked that name, Raleigh Fingers. And of course, he had like this handlebar mustache.
Of course.
Yeah. Tom Terrific, Tom Seaver. See, this is when the Mets, the 69, the Miracle Mets. Multiple Tom Severs. Oh man. You sure we have college to pay for, Tara? 1973 Pro Superstars. This looks like it's out of a cereal one too.
That could be. I really don't remember.
I think it is. This is one of the older ones because it's not that 3D type of thing.
Right.
Yeah. Of course, it's Nolan Ryan. Another Reggie.
That's a nice card with him swinging. I like that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Bruce. Not all card pictures are created equal. Some of them are kind of goofy portraits, but that is neat. Nolan with a wind-up, 73. Another Johnny Bench. The only thing better, Bruce, if you would have been like 10, 15 years older, you might have all these from the 50s.
Yeah.
And
I'm not going to wait another 15 years. Won't make a difference then.
Yeah, that's crazy. And last but not least, I remember this card, Bruce, because I knew you had a Mike Schmidt rookie card, which Mike Schmidt is, in a lot of circles, considered the best third baseman ever. So, Michael Jack Schmidt. Yeah, big shout out to, there's a channel called TheHotCorner. Have you ever heard of through the mail autographs?
No.
Okay, I hadn't heard of them either. Basically, you would take a card. I don't even know if this gentleman, George Burnett, is still with us, but they have a database with all these former players or current players' addresses. So you'd put it in a self-addressed stamped envelope and put a little note, may I have your autograph. Some of them charge, some of them don't. Then they'll send them back, and you'll have, well, this is obviously like a facsimile autograph, but you'll have the real autograph on it. So, yeah, so that's kind of a thing. And why did I bring that up? Autographs. I can't remember, but oh yeah, there's a gentleman with a channel named Mike TheHotCorner, and that's what he does is through the mail autographs, and he'll show them on his channel. But his real name is Mike Schmidt, and he's from Philadelphia, so he's a big Mike Schmidt fan, of course, himself. So that's all his in these holder cards.
These should be hockey or football. I'm not
Yeah, got Pro Action. Oh, he's got a golf card.
sure.
Bob Tway. I remember him.
Don't know where that came from either.
Lee Trevino, Pro Set. That's cool. Ray, here's a good name. Ray May. Ray May. Oh, here's a beater. Here's a trashy card. John Brody. Super Bowl. Cowboys 24, Dolphins 3. Well, we're not going to go through all the, but I just wanted to, some Vikings here. Yep. Gene Washington.
Yeah.
I forgot he was on the Vikings because he was on the 49ers, I know, a big part of his career. Bill Brown, remember him?
That's a classic.
Yep.
Bill Brown was buried out in Chanhassen Cemetery.
Really?
Yep, stumbled across it.
Shoot. I mean, good, but I didn't know he was, had passed. Terry Bradshaw, he's still doing broadcasting. Carl Eller, Purple People Eater. There he is,
Man.
Sir Francis Tarkington. Yeah, I mean, this is, see, if there's gonna, I mean, obviously, if you get all your cards were in just great condition, that would be wonderful, but if you're gonna have any ones in trashy, I'm glad it's the football cards, because this looks like it's some water damage or something, but yeah, but hey, Sir Francis, Hall of Famer. Okay, so then what do we got here? Oh, we got little hockey,
Those are all hockey cards, then, yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of hockey channels. We got a lot of channels from Canada and stuff. Okay, I thought that was different. Yeah. Oh, these are, okay.
Do you dabble in hockey cards?
Basically, what I had as a youth, I was lucky in the 80s. I didn't buy a lot, but I did buy, and I think it's like a 1981. It's that's kind of was a big year of collecting for me, all sports. And I did get a Wayne Gretzky, so I do have a Wayne Gretzky.
Nice.
Bill Goldsworthy, he was a great North Star. Yeah, he was good. Reminds me of seeing the North Star Bill Goldsworthy, Lou Nanny, and I believe he was number 23. And are you familiar with that restaurant that he has? I think it's in Edina. It's I forget 23, but I think that's
I know where it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know where it is.
yeah. I had lunch there once with our mutual friends.
Mhm.
I won't say her name, but yeah, it was good. So yeah, Bruce, I think going forward from this point, I'm gonna have to just, you know, take these and assess them and
Yep.
get back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see what we can come up with as far as a number. But just congratulations! It's such a great collection, and thanks for the privilege, the honor of looking through these and coming to visit you. And
I'm glad you can appreciate the quality and
so much. So.
And if this can be the years that you don't have it to add your collection, would be awesome.
And then, of course, in return, financially, you may put it towards whatever you want, obviously, but it could go towards vehicle or something that you're actually going to use and appreciate too. So,
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll end it from here. We're going to update this, or I'll update it, kind of figure out if we came up with a deal or not. And let's say we don't come up with a deal. I'm sure Bruce will have other avenues to sell this or whatever, but I'm hoping we do. So, until next time, I just want to say thanks a lot, Bruce. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming over.
You're welcome. Anytime. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, that was amazing. Bruce's collection was exceeded my expectations. I mean, especially when I just randomly pick out a Hank Aaron out of his common box, and all of a sudden it's what, 3, 4, 5 1970 Hank Aaron, and they all look like they're packed fresh. You know, I don't know how much I was thinking I was gonna have to maybe shell out for his collection, but man, I think the price went up big time, and to see how that works into my budget, and maybe, you know, I guess what we have going for each other is we're good friends, so he knows I'm not going to skip town with his cards, but maybe we'll have to be like on a payment plan or something like that. So yeah, so just driving home, just reflecting on this collection, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy it as much as I think you are, because this collection, and what I appreciate too is it's the years that I don't have. I mean, Bruce is like 5 years older than me, so those 5 years, those are cards from 69 to 73, 74 that I really don't have. He didn't have a lot of 74, so that's not really a factor. 69, 68, 69, 73, amazing. It looks like we're coming upon the Mall of America.
And what used to be there?
And what used to be there, the Met Center where the North Stars play. So yeah, and then actually the Met Stadium where the Twins play. So yeah, now it's all a shopping mall. So that's Delta Airlines on the side, the hub for Minneapolis, called Delta Airlines.
#1 airport.
Yeah, it was recently voted. Yeah, thanks, Mrs. Cece. Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport was recently voted as the best airport in the country, I believe, or something like that. So,
Yep.
yeah. So if you ever come to visit Minnesota, you got the airport right next to the Mall of America. You can take the train to Target Field. Get to go to a card collecting, Minnesota card, or Twin Cities card collecting club show with Stuke's Cards and Curiosities. So, and then we could hang out. So yeah, just give me an email when you're in town, and we'll look at things. But yeah, it was quite a collection. Now heading home, I'm gonna maybe give it maybe an hour, and then I'm gonna dive into these cards, and you know, Bruce had them cataloged so nicely, so that's going to save me a lot of work. But I'll definitely have to look at the comps from eBay. That site, the name escapes me, where they have all the sold items for eBay. I'll put it on the screen. It's kind of got a weird name. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, I'm gonna go through the comps and see what he has, and conditions where Bruce's cards, especially the quote-unquote newer 72, 73 cards. I mean, a lot of them look packed fresh. So another wild card will be his plastic screw downs, because I'll have to unscrew those, and hopefully it didn't press the card enough to be noticeable. I mean, some of those I think I definitely got to get graded now. And you got that 73 Schmidt, you got the rookie, you got the Willie Mays, you got all those Nolan Ryans. Those got to be, well, they don't have to be graded, but it'd be interesting to grade one or two. But yeah, it was an amazing day, and I'm going to continue with the series on the progress. I don't know, I think since Bruce and I met working at the grocery store, we'll have to call it the grocery store find, because everyone likes to put like neat little tag names on their collection. So, well, I'll definitely keep you up to date on the progress of the grocery collection. And actually, at this point, I'm just trying to fill some time, because we're approaching here on the highway is 494, and we're going to be coming upon the Minnesota Vikings training camp in Eagan, Minnesota. Vikings 3-0. They'll be facing the Packers on Sunday in Lambeau, so that'll be good. So once we get close in like a minute or so to the new Vikings training facility, we'll turn the camera and take a look at that. So yeah, I mean, just what I showed you, I mean, I could have made it like a longer video than I did, but I'm sure there's going to be, you know, how many Willie Mazes are going to be in there, how many other, you know, Roberto Clementes. I mean, there's cards that we haven't even scratched the surface yet that were just in his quote-unquote regular box. So he didn't even have those in the screw down, which is actually a blessing, because like I said, and like I know all of you out there know, that those screw downs were all the rage until they discovered that they could be damaging the cards. So thankfully, Bruce didn't put all his you know, cream of the crop cards in screw downs. So it's going to be fun to see what other Hall of Fame legend cards are in that box. So yeah, we're coming pretty close to the Vikings new training facility. Millions of dollars to build, but I have to report they didn't use any taxpayer funds on it. Did we come across? Oh, here it comes. It's sponsored. Of course, you know, it's got the name rights of Twin City Orthopedic Complex. Here it is.
Ooh, the birds.
Home of the Vikings, Twin City Orthopedics. Yeah, we got the artificial turf in there outside practice field. I guess it's just state of the art. And then, of course, if you want to stay at the Omni Hotel, right next to it, that even overlooks the practice field. So, yeah, lots of good things to do in Minnesota. And hopefully, all you from out of state, love to see you here sometime. And till then, this is the Commenting Collector. And if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, because we're going to have a series on the grocery collection. So until then, this is the Commenting Collector saying, good collecting.